then he went on to do great stuff after that. So I prepped him, you could say.
He trained me to be a director.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my main profession.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You know, I have to ask you actually. I mean, how does the director, when you're, because you act and direct, how does the actor kind of inform the director and the choices that you make?
Well, I think that most directors that I admire have either been experienced themselves as actors, and they know the difficulty it is for an actor to create a performance. And I think that gives me a leg up. When I work with actors, they tend to feel that I'm not going to push them in areas that they are uncomfortable in, and that I know how to nurture them into to doing their best, which is, after all, my job.
Yeah.
I don't.
Careful, Billy. What? He's about to murder me.
No, the acting, the director who's an actor innately knows how to speak to an actor, how to guide an actor. It's like he immediately gentles the restless colt. I mean, puts them.
We have a poet here.
He puts them at ease by the way he talks to them. And I don't think he makes any direct idea. I'm talking to an actor, this is how I have to approach him. I think he probably thinks of himself as being an actor and how he would like to be talked to. And it goes from there. But I don't think the actor recognizes him as being different from other directors, other than the way he speaks to them.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, and I think your movies are beautiful. I mean, I love For the Boys, The Rose, Cinderella Liberty, James Dean. I could go on and on.
On Golden
On
Pond.
Golden Pond. I mean, the list goes on for a long time. You can IMDb it. And we could have a whole Mark Rydell Film Festival, you know, I mean, it's unbelievable. And then we'd have an Ed Asner Film Festival, and watch all of Roots, and that would take us a long time. So Brian...
Yes, is my mic on?
Is it? Yeah. Now I have to ask you, because directing these guys is, you know, it's a kind of a tall order, right?
It was, yeah.
So how did this begin? I'm dying to know.
Well, I know Mark from the Actors Studio.
Okay.
And I know him to be, you know, a great actor. And when he knew about the subject in 9/11, Ed's very involved in this topic. He said, you have to get this to Ed Asner. And I thought, well, how am I going to do that? And he gave me a phone number. And I called the phone number, and I heard Ed Asner's voice. And then Ed said, send me the script. I sent him the script. And then we did it. At first we were going to do it as a play. And then I thought to myself, you know, both these guys are 83. Maybe we should shoot this thing.
Before it's too late.
And we did it one day. But I didn't really...
I'll be your pallbearer.
I was going to say that.
Yes.
Bill Hickey used to say to me, I'll walk to your funeral, kid. And I think both these guys will.
I'll skip to yours.
By the way, I just have to thank Phil Gillen and Merdad Sahafi and Zia Jamali. They're my producers. They're out there, and they made this film. And just everyone, you know, just with a prayer. And
Are they here right now?
They're up there, yeah.
Oh,
Thanks.
stand up wherever you are.
Merdad Sahafi.
Hey, great job. Wow.
We shot in Merdad's home. My beautiful home is Merdad's home, and he cooked us our food too. Yeah.
Listen, I'd like to let me interrupt you for a second. I don't know whether we've given him enough credit. Brian Connors wrote this thing. He came to me and showed it to me, and I made the mistake of suggesting Ed Asner for it. But but I really believe that a great deal of respect is owed to Brian Connors for writing and directing this piece, which I think is really brilliantly handled. Congratulations.
I want to say, I have the luxury now too, saying that these two guys are going to be in another play that I wrote, July 7th and 8th at the Santa Monica Playhouse. We only have Ed for one weekend because he's going to Broadway, can you believe it?
Wow.
In August, he's going to a play called Grace. And Mark's going to do the entire run. Ed, we're going to have it for the first weekend, July 7th and 8th. And the other thing I want to let you know is that we want to get this movie in front of the Academy. I know it's a modest, two-character, low-budget movie, but we're going to do a run at the Laemmle because I want the Academy voters to see these two guys, and we're going to shoot for an Academy Award or become eligible for Best Short.
So how do they buy tickets, Brian?
Well, they go to goodmenmovie.com. We're going to have a Kickstarter campaign. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. And yeah, just keep that in mind. I want these guys to be honored and to be seen by the Academy members.
I'll write about it in Huffington Post.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do whatever I can, and these people will too.
That's wonderful.
And Sally will too. She's an Academy member and nominee.
I just wanted to say that I heard here the first time that, and I don't know why I didn't hear it before, that Mark directed Brian to me. And so I'll always be grateful to you, Mr. Rydell.
Mr. Rydell.
You notice? No, I thought you were good. I really, aside from the fun that we're having joking with one another, I have the deepest respect for your acting abilities, and I will tell you that you made it very easy for me. And I
thought
appreciate it.
so.
Yeah.
Was any of that improv? Because it was any of that improv?
No, every word was written.
Okay.
Well, about 90%. I didn't write in any F words. They improvised that. And I didn't have the goyons to tell them not to say that. But Mark often tells a story on Golden Pond about directing Henry Fonda and Jane Fonda and Katharine Hepburn. And that after the first take, they looked over at Mark and went like, was that okay? And I always remember that because my first shot and my first take on this, they kind of looked over at me and I thought, oh Christ, I guess I have to direct this thing. But I really didn't. I just let them go. They did their own thing. It was well cast. Mark didn't want to say the line about JFK, stripping Marilyn Monroe. He goes, Brian, I revered that man. And I just said, Mark, so did I. And then he said the line. The rest, it seems, a lot of people have asked me, is this scripted or improvised? But, I take part credit for that. But most of the credit goes to these guys. It's coming from their heart, and they're fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has such a natural quality, so I just had to ask. I saw the written by credit, but I knew there was a script there.
I get that a lot, and I'm taking that as a compliment, but it's a compliment to the guys. It's completely personalized in their own, and they're so. And by the way, we had one rehearsal the night before on Ed's dining room table, kitchen table, eating sandwiches, and we shot the next day. I mean, we just pulled it together on a wing and a prayer, and but I'm so glad the way it turned out.
I have to ask you guys, Sally just admitted being 70 up here a few minutes ago, and if you're really 83, then wow. But I want to know, you're so, just like Sally, it's like you just keep going and going, and what has been, how do you achieve this kind of longevity?
I tell you, it's about passion. I love the work. I love being an actor. I had a previous career as an actor. My career for the past 20 or 30 years has been as a director. I love directing. I'm still enthusiastic. Every time I read a piece of material that I really love, I get turned on in a great way. The privilege of working with people like Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda, Jane Fonda, Jimmy Kahn, and a lot of major talents, and it's just an exciting experience. I feel it makes me feel alive all the time.
Yeah.
There's no drifting off. You stay involved, you stay connected, and you stay young.
So being an artist, being around artists, and is going to keep you young. Maybe you'll be doing this into your hundreds also.
Wouldn't that be great?
You seem so young to me. So, can you comment on that? May I call you Ed?
Were you a Smeet during
Yeah, about longevity.
Well, I'm not as old as Mark.
He's had more surgery.
I have, yeah. Well, Mark's had more surgery?
No, you said that on a
No, I had more surgery. With a good cinematographer, you wouldn't notice it. the fact that Mark is older than I am, I constantly defer to him, and as well as his expertise. I've often wanted to direct, but I felt I was needed more as an actor.
You are indeed.
And never rushed to push other actors around. I stay in my little small niche, trying to do the best I can.
And you manage.
And 2 years ago, maybe or so, you were the star of Up, which is one of my favorite recent movies. I love that. And it was up for Best Picture, and it won Best Animated Feature. As like a whole new generation is discovering you.
I was a piece of the action. Pete Docter was a genius there. He was unbelievable. And I didn't know what kind of gold he was mining until I saw it on the screen.
It's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
And new media also.